try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels got changed to your mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No, R&R, the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing to prove because I've done enough, done enough.
With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Throwing right away is Daniels. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. When you look at this defense, they enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Howell. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hyatt goes in motion left. 3rd down, here's Tracy. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now Howell. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
When you look at this defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They held them to just 7 points, and in reviewing the game tape, I'm wondering how they got the 7. I actually wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were playing, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commanders first down. Off the play fake, Daniels. They'll roll him out right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2 yards to go, second down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's got this to Williams, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Play action, now it's Daniels. Finding Williams once more, complete. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Nice job there after the setback, 11 yards, and now it's 2nd and goal. To the air goes Daniels. And this is going to be intercepted.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll go again with Tracy. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Howell going to go for it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
If there's one thing they aren't lacking in, it's confidence. They took a big and maybe unnecessary risk going for that 4th down. He put them on his shoulders, though, and paid off the big-time gamble.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Powell. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Throwing here, Howell. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They go play action. Daniels sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Here's Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And all the way down to the 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That one is slant to McLaurin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. To throw is Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 59 yards. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here is 3rd and 5. Howell down to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Daniels looking to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and 1. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
As always, no rooting interest here. But that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else, though, right?
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll go to Barkley again. And shoving his way inside the 35. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 good yards here on the run, and now 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Howell from the gun. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
This is 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown! A big play there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Black Knights take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now he'll give it up on the reverse. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Back to throw. Daniels. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Jamison Williams, 51 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A first down carry for Barkley. And shedding a man at the 40. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 30 yards.
And the Black Knights have cut it back within a score.
Now for the point after. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Here comes a reverse. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Looking to throw. Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And yet again, it's McLaurin.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the fourth.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Following the fumble recovery, Howell, and it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And Howe will throw it.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Washington on 3rd down.
Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. And we'll see what he can do on the return.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Oh, some strong running.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
127 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Barkley inside handoff. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. On to give, it's Tracy.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10.
At the 44-yard line.
Right back to Tracy.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8. Here's Howell.
He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. On the end around, here comes Smith.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. 37 yards.
And the Black Knights have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels steps away to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Daniels. He's airing it out for Williams.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life.
On 4th down, here's Daniels.
He'll buy some time right.
That is intercepted.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. They'll hand it to Tracy.
Strong run, but they get to him just beyond the 40.
Sometimes your crosses get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Howell.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final first down. They got it and then some. And if they play things right from here on out, that should just...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
They'll run again.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And his kick here is good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40.
It's Barkley on the counter, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Washington,
they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.